All right, folks, welcome to a videoed version of the Daily Question. Today we got a great topic. My name's Troy Hoffman. I'm your host of the DailyQ, where we help you find, follow, and finish your course of destiny by answering and asking simple questions that will have profound impact on your life. So the question is this: how do I deal with upper management where they're basically working the staff to death? This lady she's kind of in mid-level management. The upper management's crushing them with all these goals and all these expectations. There's dysfunction in other departments. She's having to take home all this work at night and work on weekends, and the whole the overflow from the team under her, about 25 people is overflowing onto her, and they need more people, more staff, and they just keep throwing more money. And the question is, what do I do about upper management? This is probably a blanket across every company, and millions of people around the world feel this way. When you're at the top, you think, oh, they can do more. When you're in mid-level management, you're kind of torn between the bottom and the top. When you're at the bottom and they're like, the top's just yelling at you, go, get more done. And you're just like, oh, I don't know if I can. And so there's all this dysfunction in the business world. And there's all this dysfunction because a lot of things that we never take the time as we're running our companies to actually deal with what are the real expectations for the cost. We never take the time to figure out what are the behaviors expected of me, and how does that tie up with the cost of the results with the money. And the only way to start fixing these things, if you're in mid-level management, is literally to start getting as many metrics, as many expectations clear-cut. What is the cost? And try to match it up to other areas and see what you can do to try to start getting the top to say, hey, these are the expectations I can expect from my team. And you start working on like a balanced scorecard. You start learning what pay-for-performance systems are. And how do you start implementing these into your work environment, into your life, and then the environment around you, and then asking management to sit down with you and say, hey, well, let's go over this. Here's what you've told us you're expecting from us, and here's what I feel we can give. I think we need to start a dialogue. And you start applying these principles from a book called Crucial Conversations. And you share with them what your perspective is, and you start sharing your metrics. You get clear on the metrics that you possibly can come up with your job. If it's 50 locations you're running the accounting on, then you've got to get clear on like what should the expectation be of these accountants? What are the systems that are working for you? What is not working for you? What is it that you think can improve? And how do you think you can improve it? So almost come up with a presentation of what you think can work better. Like, honestly, like what's going to work better? What is the solution you have? Because the beauty is this. See, the people at the top and the people at the bottom and the people in the middle, wherever they're at in an organization, doesn't matter. They're going to have a unique perspective that another person does not have. The fact I'm sitting in this seat looking at this camera this way is not the same. Seeing the lens is not the same from seeing the other side of the camera and the back side of the camera. See, you're going to have a different perspective than every other person in the organization by doing whatever it is you are doing. So our job is to get masterful at having crucial conversations, at colliding in a specific way, getting clear on what the metrics should be to solve this problem, and saying, hey, in my viewpoint, it's not 100% right. No one person ever is going to have 100% right viewpoint on anything. It's a circle. It's a globe. And anywhere you look on the globe, you're going to see different from another person looking at the globe from another angle. And our job is to keep presenting our angle, our metrics, what we believe things are working and what we believe aren't working, and then enter into a dialogue with each other so that way we can see as much of the whole picture going on this globe and looking at it from all the different angles of the globe. If I look at one side of our globe, I'm just going to see Antarctica. If I look at another side of our globe, I'm going to see Africa, and then I'm going to see Europe, and I'm going to see Russia, and the more I spin this thing around, I'm going to see different countries. I might just see the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. I might see the Atlantic Ocean. Every time we look at a different spot on the globe, we're seeing a different perspective, and our job is to open up the dialogue so that other people can see what we see. And it expands their view of the possibilities. Our job is to get clear on the expectations with each other. In any relationship, there's always unmet expectations. Our job is to do this in the best loving, non-emotional way possible so that we can actually get through a real conversation of how we can change the problems. There is dysfunction in every single organization, we like it or not. There just is. But it's how we handle that. In all relationships, there's no perfect communication, there's no perfect relationship, there's no perfect business. It's our way that we learn to communicate is what's going to set one company apart from another. And the openness to walk in, one person to give their opinion, another person open enough to receive it, and work on the challenge together from all angles. So folks, thank you for listening to The Daily Question. Please come follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where we're constantly putting out information to help impact and transform your life. If you wanted to ask a question on here, go to troyhoffman.com/daily question, and we'll get your question answered. And now go and live your destiny.